therapeutic Saturday for you?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. Big win, and for us to hopefully create some momentum and to kind of go out there and gut one out after the last couple of weeks was pretty special to see with our guys.
We were talking with Cade earlier about the settling effect that a running game can have on a quarterback, on an entire offense. Can you maybe just reflect on that with your insights on how important that is?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can run the ball effectively, it's just going to help out your quarterback. It's going to help your rhythm offensively generally. It's going to create confidence up front, which is going to create confidence and pass protection. Just all those things go together. And, obviously that was a huge part of our success on Saturday.
Hey, Coach Sweeney said it was just more zone run, just to get a hat on the hand, just to simplify things. How much do you feel like that helped, in terms of how you guys were able to produce?
Yeah, I thought we had a good game plan, and that's definitely one of our main runs. But yeah, we O-line, tight end position, receiving core. I thought I had a lot of strain all day, and some of those blocks on the outside that a lot of people don't see. Those were some key blocks for us that propelled some of those big runs. So just super proud. We've been challenging those guys really hard last couple weeks, and so it was great to see it pay off on Saturday.
Dabo said last night that had that starting five struggled early, that y'all were going to play anybody and everybody on the offensive line. Does that mean like literally anybody, like a defensive lineman, or I'm just curious for your interpretation or insight into that, what the plan was?
No, just giving other guys at O-line a chance, and see if we can create a little bit of a hot hand and see who can handle it and give those guys some opportunities. So it was great to see, Trent and Harris do a really nice job of stepping in with where we're at right now. So I was really proud of them.
Phil stepped up Saturday, proved that he can carry the load. When Will gets back, we don't know if that's this week, next week, whenever. How do you kind of, keep both of those guys happy, but also, keep that running game continuity going? Not necessarily asking, hey, does he replace him on the depth chart, but you've got two guys that have proven they can do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You gotta do a good job of kind of charting the touches and the amount of plays that they have. I mean, that's something in game you just got to be aware of, and I think as coaches you try and package things throughout the week where you kind of know and have an idea of, hey, this guy's probably going to get this amount of snaps, this guy's going to get this based on your game plan. So that'll be the fun part for us moving forward, like it always is.
Did any part of Phil's effort surprise you?
Not really. No, not at all. He's a patient guy, and obviously, like I said, they've been getting challenged pretty good. From us as coaches and from player to player of we need that part of our game to step up, and so we knew some key guys like Phil needed to play big on Saturday, and obviously he played pretty big.
Last week, did you have a pretty good feeling that Cade was going to be able to play?
Yeah.
No, when?
They'll win.
Yeah, at what point?
Yeah, early in the week.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I was just curious about, because you're trying to put together a game plan, some of the uncertainty there, because I think Dabo said after the game that was a process of trying to figure out how
Sure.
healthy and then off the offensive line as well, just the sort of patchwork nature of things there with through your, just curious to get sort of a window into how hard that was for you as you're trying to put together a game plan.
I felt good all along. Cade would play, of maybe what he can and cannot do. You had to kind of gauge that throughout the week, so that's always the hard part, I guess, as a coach, of just kind of going through the week and again, trying to put him in the best position possible along with your other guys that may be banged up or whatever. I'm just trying to gauge that throughout the week.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom?
Hey, Garrett, it's Chapel with the state. Going under center a little bit more these last few weeks. Can you take us inside the decision to do that and how that's helped y'all? And if you wish maybe that was a thing earlier in the year, given some of the struggles, you wish you'd done that sooner?
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. I mean, I think just kind of where we're at of giving a little bit different presentation at times. Something that defenses don't see all the time. So just for us with where we're at right now and what we're doing in some of the run game, I think it's helped us. So, got to see a little bit of that, the last couple of weeks, I guess. So I think it's helped us for sure.
Anybody in the room for coach?
How,
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how trying has this season been overall? I mean, just for, you don't expect to be stuck on 17, for several games. I'm just curious to get your insight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, as coaches and as a team that's had obviously some heartbreaking losses, and then us kind of having some musical chairs at times of who's in and who's out and those sort of things. Those are always difficult. But just really proud of where we're at right now. And like I said, to kind of gut one out and find a way the other day of, finding a way to win and just really, really proud. A big moment for us was that drive after, the near pick six, with just kind of how things have gone. You have some detrimental turnovers throughout the season. It had been very, very easy, for players and coaches to kind of hang their head right there. And that was a huge moment for us to, I think it was a 12-play drive or whatever for 75 yards and a touchdown. Our center's damn shoe blew up. So our backup center had to come in during that drive, and Ryan did a great job coming in. So, I mean, that was just a big deal for us.
Have you learned anything about kind of your group offensively, just in terms of dealing with some of these mistakes? How much
They have no quit. I mean, they absolutely have no quit. And, even with some of the things that have happened, I just still think it's a group that does not panic. I mean, there's been some unfortunate things that have happened. There's been some things that we've got to obviously get better at, but we got a group that does not quit, and I think they're a resilient group, and they're just continuing to really gain a lot of great experience for now going against Georgia Tech, and then obviously for the future.
Tyler Brown, I think the guys who got the shoulder and also got poked in the eye. How much have you seen resilience from him in particular?
Yeah, he's just such a tough kid. I mean, I've said all along, he's mature and he's driven, and he's one of those that's definitely, like a lot of guys in college football right now in November, I mean, you're pretty banged up, and he's done a great job of still giving us production and giving us something there at that position. So super proud of him to obviously make that big play the other night.
Shoe blew up.
Yeah, it was like shoe blew up. I don't even know how that happens. Bam, went like that. He's running off the sideline and his shoe's like in 8 pieces. I hope somebody got a picture of it.
This offense, it looked like maybe there was a little more motion, maybe pre-snap stuff Saturday, more on the zone blocking side. What are you kind of learning about this group and your players as you go? That this is what we need to do, this is what we're good at. We need to kind of keep pushing this forward as we end up.
Yeah, I mean, every single week you're trying to see what's going to put us in the best position to win, and that's what we're trying to do right now. Obviously, we got a great defense, and special teams played lights out the other day, and as y'all have heard, we played complimentary football better than we have been. So we just got to keep continuing to try and put ourselves in position and doing our part. But yeah, I mean, we're going to do whatever it takes, whatever we feel like is best for that week for us to win, and that's it. But yeah, you're certainly learning more and more as we go through the year of what our guys can and cannot do, or what's going to put them in the best position.
You said this group is resilient and doesn't quit. Did that kind of crystallize in the second half at NC State when you guys were down 17?
Yeah, I mean, that was that easily could have gone way south, in the third quarter there. So we got fighters. There's no question about it. We've got guys that can make plays. We know we can at any point go on a run and claw back or whatever it may be. And so I just think there's some confidence with them that way. We just got to continue to improve and just continue to put our best foot forward. And it was good for us the other day to I thought we certainly, obviously as a team, but offensively too, we came out and we were the aggressor, I felt like, in that game, and so that was good to see from our group.
There weren't any penalties in the game. How remarkable is that? How much do you stress to your team to not have penalties? Of course.
Yeah, it was amazing. I saw. If I have, I can't remember. Yeah, not many if I have been, but yeah, I mean, obviously that's been, we haven't been a huge penalized team, I don't feel like, but we've had some costly ones, in kind of critical times where you're on a run, you're on a great drive, you're about to score, whatever it may be, and you have a negative play like that. So, I mean, yeah, as much as we can stress of just playing clean and not hurting yourself.
Did you have any inkling going into the game that offensive line, as constituted, was poised to perform like they did and as physically as they did and sort of blowing them off the ball?
I mean, that's just, yeah, I mean, I felt confidence in those guys. I really did. I think we've shown those flashes all year long, and so it was just good to really come out and do it consistently there in the first half and have a hot start. But we know if we just do our job and we play really hard and strain and do the fundamental things, I mean, we can do that against a team like Notre Dame. We can do that against a team like whoever we play, and so that's the expectation in that room, and so hopefully they're going to gain a ton of confidence, as I would imagine they will.
I guess it's Harris Swell from the digital way between this first couple games to what you saw this past Saturday.
Harris?
Harris.
Yeah, I mean, he played well. I mean, the guy's true freshman and starting against Notre Dame and taking some of his experience thus far this season, he definitely improved, and so he fought. I mean, you can say that about Harris. He's a fighter, and I think technically he's improved, and so he's one of those that no question about it's going to gain a lot of confidence from that game.
Got time for one or two more for Coach, if anybody has it.
Given so much success with the zone blocking stuff, is there maybe a rethinking of, hey, this is what this group does better, and as opposed to the GT stuff that maybe had some issues with some of the precision of it before? Or
Oh, I mean, yeah, just whoever we play, I mean, that's going to be a schematic thing based on who you play and what they do front-wise and just all the things that we look at. Yeah, but I mean, all year long we felt like we've been a pretty good zone team, and we're going to need to continue to be, but some of that will depend on what you face too.
I guess we talked about obviously your offense growing up, but like you as a coach, like what have you learned from this season? Where it doesn't come immediately to success. Like if you had to coach differently, you've learned different things from this season as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to learn, and you learn from some failures, you learn from tough times and everything like that, and so I think whether I've learned it or I just think it's maybe a little bit more validated is you got to stick to your guns, you got to stay the course, you got to coach hard, you got to play hard, and those things in my mind haven't changed one bit, but patience is something I feel like maybe is one of my strengths, but we certainly had to have patience this year, so there's a lot of really good experience from what's transpired so far.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thanks, Garrett.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.